Today I'm installing the Panavise phone mount and the Proclip phone mount as well. So this is the Panavise, whatever you call it, phone mount. There's the item number. It's for a 2008 to 2013 Toyota Highlander. And when you get it, this is pretty much what you get, is this mount here. And you also get some instructions, which are absolutely useless. And then you get two little screws that are going to screw into the dash. So to do this, you need a body panel removal tool and a Phillips head screwdriver. So you take the panel tool, put it in the crease between the dashboard and the vents, and just push down, and then lean it forward and pull towards you, and it'll pop out like that. Go to the other side, do the same thing. Okay, and this will pull right out. That's just some sheetrock from the other day. So you take the phone mount, and it only goes in one place. If you look here, there's a gap between the radio and the dash. That's where this metal piece is going to sit. So it sits right inside that gap, and then it sits flat on the plastic inside and on the plastic on the dash. So what you do is take the two screws from the drug paraphernalia bag. Take your screwdriver, and then just screw the bottom one in first. But make sure you have this, you're pushing against the metal to keep this straight up and down, and then you can screw down. You can use a drill to make it go a little faster, but I didn't want to take my drill out. Okay, you just want to make it snug. It doesn't need to go, you don't need to go to town on it. Take your other screw, do the same thing to the side. And just make sure you hold on to the screw and that you don't drop it. And just screw it in. And same thing, you just want it snug. You don't need to go to town. And now it's in there. So now this is the bracket for the Proclip, and I'm using part 514666, which looks like this. And then what you do, I'm not going to do it yet because I need to rewire the power cord. The power cord sits in here. I'll just show you real quick. Like that. And then when you dock your phone, the cable stays on its own. So I'm going to take this and rewire it through the dash. But I just wanted to show you how to mount it for right now. So take your screwdriver again, put this up to the mount, and just screw it in. Try doing it with my other hand. There we go. Yep. Okay, you just want to make it like a little snug. And then you would take your phone, put it on here, and then you can twist it and reposition it how you want it. When you get it in the right position, just take your screwdriver after you take your phone out and just tighten it down again. You know, just snug. Doesn't need to be super tight. And then it's not going anywhere. Once you're done with that, take your vent piece and slide it back in place. And that's it. And just, you know, get some paper towel and some water, wipe down your dash real quick, and that's it. That's how you install the Proclip 514666. And the Panavise 751371908. If you have any questions, let me know. This is going to be an interesting build, a little different than working on the Hellcat and cheapo Prius. So today I'm going to be showing you how to hide the Apple cable for your phone mount if you use the same one that I have. I don't like cables dangling all over the place. I think it looks messy. So I'm going to be you know, showing you how to hide it. So first thing to do, I'm going to go down here to where the vent is, seat heater controls, and we're going to pop this whole piece off. So to do that, you can just use one of the thin pry tools or the thicker pry tools. And you're going to go on the side, there's like a crease right here. Follow the crease all the way down, and then just push your tool into that crease. And you're gonna have to use a little force, but it'll go in. And then you just start twisting, and it'll start to loosen the panel. And then you can get, you know, further and further in. And then just start pulling out. So you're gonna push in, twist it to pop it loose, and then pull it to release it. All right, so we got all that out. Now for this, I'm just gonna not turn the car on, just put it in accessory mode, move the gear shifter out of the way so I can move all of this, and then put the gear shifter back and turn it back off. So I'm going to pop you off. I'm going to show you what's behind here. Okay. So back here, you have one plug here you need to unplug, a plug down here you need to unplug, this plug right there, and that plug needs to be undone. So I'll put you back and I'll go ahead and do that. So this plug here is the cigarette lighter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unplug it, obviously. Just wiggle it back and forth till it comes undone. Okay. So you'll notice on the cigarette lighter, there's the flap as junk flies off of it. So what I'm going to do is take the cigarette lighter plug out of it by lifting up the tabs. There's a tab here, and I believe that is the only one that's holding it in. It's 2020. Last time I did this was 2013, so I'm just trying to go off memory. Okay, so what I had to do, you go back here and you just start pushing down. There's two tabs here. You have to spread them out and then push down. And once you start pushing down, you'll see it'll come out. So you can just wiggle it out like that. So now when you put it back, put my screwdriver down, it'll still look stock. All right, so you have your plug here. So you take this, put your dash piece on the side, plug this back in, make sure you plug it in the same way. I think it only goes in one way. Okay, plugged in. Take your cigarette lighter, power cord, and cigarette adapter. Push it in, plug your phone in, test it out, make sure it works. So now, make sure you can see this. Up here, I already showed you how to loosen this, so pull it off. So what I did was I notched out a piece of the plastic here so that the power cord, when it's all routed correctly, it'll sit flush against the plastic and the dash, and it won't be pinched. So that takes care of that piece. So now what you're gonna have to do, you don't have to do it, but I think it's easier, is take this whole console piece out, your whole radio center stack out. So to do that, there's 4 10mm bolts here, here. I don't know if you can even see from the window. There you go. There's one here, 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 and here. So I'm gonna pull those out. Again, it's 10mm. Okay, so you can just grab the radio and just start pulling and it'll pop out. You might have to wiggle it, but it'll come out. Okay, now you can just rest it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to unplug anything. Take your power cord. You want to go in between the center, or in between the 2 bolt holes down here. So you want to go in here and then up. So like this, take the power cord, route it up, reach behind and just grab it. Okay. I'm going to put mine behind some of these other wires, just so when I do the radio change in a few weeks, I don't have to worry about it. Okay. So you can just droop that over, put the radio back, and screw it back in.
Put this one back in. Just be careful you don't drop it. Top one back in. And the last top one.
So I'm gonna pop you up and show you actually what I just did. That I think I need to change it. Pop you off here. Okay. So if you see, the cable is routed behind the radio, but there's a gap right here, right there, which is where I want the cable to be. So I need to rewire or reroute this, push it down. Hopefully I don't drop it. Route it up. Okay, so I rerouted the wire, got everything plugged in down here. Like I said, power cord, cigarette lighter, cigarette adapter, iPhone cord. So I'm gonna tuck that away. Take your panel from before, grab your plugs that you unplugged before. So now there'll only be 3 that you have to plug in. But we have to do the same thing like before. Put it in accessory mode. Move the gear shift out of the way. And plug these in. Okay, put the gear shift back. Turn the car off. Close your door so you don't hear that damn beeping. And now you can just push the panel back, starting from the bottom corners, here and here, here and here, and just work your way up. And it'll all pop back in place. Hopefully. If you did everything right. There's one. Alright, so the bottom's back in place. Nothing there for the cigarette lighter. Everything still works. So now when you take your vent piece and put it here, what you want to do, take your cable. If you're using the same Proclip mount, I want mine wrapped behind it and under. Then plug it in the bottom. Okay. And then tighten this how tight you want it. And then you're going to hold the power cord, hold the iPhone cord, right? Take your vent. Remember we notched a piece out. I can remember how I get it in here. There we go. Make sure the cord doesn't get caught on the foam or blocked from the vent. You don't have to worry about the heat coming through here and hitting the power cord. It's obviously insulated and it slides in, so the heat's not going to be anywhere near it. But when you hold the power cord for the iPhone, you want to make sure you're holding it as, fairly snug. Doesn't have to be tight. Hold it down and then put the vents in. This way you know it's not touching the vent. And then just line up where you notched it. And push it in. Okay. And then just get like I said, a paper towel and some water. Clean off your dash. And you're good to go. And that's all there is to it, to wire up your iPhone to be charging the whole time. You can also do it with the USB port and pop the USB port, but that leaves a gap there, so that's why I didn't do it. This was more concealing for right now. In the future, I'm going to put this back probably and get an extra USB port and just throw it in the back and leave this here just for looks, because I don't really use that. But that's really it. It came out perfectly clean, exactly how I wanted it, no cables, and it'll work perfectly. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Next up, we have some crazy stuff going on. There's a lift coming for the Highlander. New tires, new wheels, seat covers. I'm building a tray with a pull-out table and drawers for the back. So be sure to stay tuned. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.